and we're talking about the Achimota Government Hospital. Now, with state-of-the-art high-tech equipment, the Achimota Government Hospital has an objective of becoming a modern facility. Along with this, however, a few challenges have cropped up. We have been joined this morning by the hospital administrator. His name is Atindana Insubila. Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
How are you?
I'm fine.
Good. Tell us more about the hospital itself. Give us a brief history.
Achimota Hospital has its historical antecedents with the Achimota School. Barely 10 years after the Achimota School was established, they thought it wise to establish a hospital, which is the Achimota Hospital now, in 1927. By then, it was a clinic for the Achimota School. Then gradually it got to a point where there was a need for the Ministry of Health to come in. So in 1973, the Ministry of Health took over the management of the hospital. Mm-hmm. At the time, it was a school clinic. Basically, it served the Achimota School, then other secondary schools within the Achimota enclave. So we can talk of the Presbyterian Boys Secondary, Presec, yes, Ebru Girls, Accra Girls, then later on the St. John Grammar School.
Yeah.
But when the Ministry of Health took over, it became a hospital that served the Achimota enclave and beyond.
Okay.
Then somewhere in 1985, it was upgraded to a district hospital level, and it is currently operating as a district hospital.
Okay.
So that is by far the history of it. And since then, we haven't had any significant development until 2010 to date.
Okay. Within that period as well, I've attended the Achimota Hospital, obviously because I was a student there. So I was admitted once or twice due to ailments. But a big thank you to everybody who's at that hospital. That's personally from me. Now, in recent times, basically since the 2000 or so, the hospital has aimed itself at being a hospital of modern facilities. Why is it that you decided to go in this particular route?
Health is technology driven. So when we started, at a point in time, we realized that yes, we cannot be left behind in terms of technology. Mm-hmm. Then how we were operating, that is the manual system, we realized that there were certain things that we could not continue with. For instance, if anybody came to the hospital, you were provided with a folder, and the folder, you needed a place for it. Yes, we provided places, but it got to a point where we had no space to keep those folders. So what is the way forward? Technology is handy, so we decided to move into technology, where when you come to the hospital, with the touch of a button, you are only given a small card, and all details of the client or the patient is taken within the system through the use of computers.
Okay.
So that is how.
Now, I mean, there are other hospitals who are not functioning in that capacity. They're still using the old methods. I mean, what would you advise them? Because obviously, they will be getting to a point that you
yes. So for now, as far as the health sector is concerned, we cannot afford not to use modern technology. So for those who are yet to come on board, yes, there may be some challenges as far as the use of modern technology is concerned, but
it's the way forward.
That is the way forward.
Okay. Now, in using modern technology and using these new pieces of equipment, obviously you've had an increase in the use of energy, power.
Yes.
And with the country going through this crisis at the moment, how is it that the hospital is faring with this? And are you able to still function properly, or those machines function properly, with the energy crisis that we're going through?
Within the healthcare industry, apart from what you and I know, that is basic infrastructure, staff, that is personnel, equipment, the other then medicine, other consumables, the other two key basic resources that a hospital cannot do without is power and water. Mm-hmm. A hospital cannot operate within a second without water. So is power. Mm-hmm. So at this level of the power crisis, it is having a daunting effect on the hospital. Yes, we have tried over the period to rely on, currently we have 2 generators. Unfortunately, the capacity of the 2 generators cannot power the gadgets that we have. So of course, it's having a very big challenge on us as far as the operation of the system is concerned. Not only the ICT, in a hospital environment, all the things that we use, right from the point of entry, that is when we get in touch with the patient, till the patient walks out, that is after having taken your medication and you are moving out, everything is dependent upon power.
Yeah. Okay, now in this instance then, because in other industries or in other businesses, because there's been an increase in the cost of even functioning, they've passed this on to the consumer. Have you done this to the patient? Have you passed on the cost of energy to the patient?
As we speak, no.
No.
Yes.
Are you planning to?
That is supposed to be a decision that will be taken at a higher level.
Okay.
Yes, but ultimately, that is the way to go.
In your opinion as a health professional
Yes.
and doing what you've done for such a long time, do you think it's fair to pass on that cost to the patient?
The cost of providing health services is great. And at the moment, the services that we provide, if we want to build in the actual cost of providing service, health service to anybody, there's no Ghanaian who can pay that cost.
Right.
So what it means is that at the moment, we are providing health service at a minimal cost or no cost at all.
Right.
So there are certain inbuilt costs that we cannot run away from.
Okay. Now you've obviously heard about the NHIS crisis that's been happening. Certain institutions are no longer accepting the NHIS or actually billing customers for medication. What's the situation at the Achimota Government Hospital?
Fortunately, as we speak, we are accepting the NHIS card holders. But that is not to say that we don't have challenges. Within the healthcare, particularly Achimota Hospital, all that we use are things that we buy. So at the moment, we are running on a credit system. What it means is that we buy all the consumables that we need to provide services on credit. So it has gotten to a point where our suppliers are refusing to give us further supplies because we have taken supplies from them, we have not paid for it, and we still want more. And that is because there has been delay in the reimbursement of the hospital for claims submitted to the NHIS.
Okay. So just to wrap things up then, I mean, you being the hospital administrator, what would you like to see put in place or start to happen so that the Achimota Government Hospital can function fully and obviously the patients get the best healthcare possible?
Yes, over the period, we have tried as much as possible to expand the scope of services that we are providing. We have also tried as much as possible to ensure that we have the best of caliber of staff there. So apart from those ones, yes, the staff that we have, they are highly inadequate. If I want to tell you, we have what we call staffing norms. So if I want to tell you that how many we are supposed to be, how many we are, it will amaze you. Wow. For instance, if you take the medical aspect, that is doctors. At the moment, we have about 17 doctors, but we are supposed to operate with 32 doctors. We have 2 gynecologists, specialists. Yes, and as far as the system is concerned, we are supposed to have about 8. So you can imagine 2 gynecologists or 17 doctors having to work for 32 or 8 gynecologists. Yeah. So at the moment, we are overwhelmed. That notwithstanding, we have made it a commitment, that is the health workers, to ensure that the little that we have, we'll be able to provide the best of services to our numerous clients. So we'll continue to do the best we can, and we expect people like you to come there, not when you are sick. And as far as the health system is concerned, your health should be your primary concern.
Indeed.
It is when it is beyond certain level that you can now come to us. So our primary focus is for you to first take care of yourself wherever you are. Then in case there's anything wrong with you, then the next movement is to rush to the hospital. And of course, just like you service your vehicle, occasionally you can pass over to have yourself being examined. Yes.
All right. I want to thank you so much for coming in this morning and also giving me flashbacks about my old school hospital.